where we're safely ensconced, safe from all the yahoos, like Ball Cap and his pawns. Ball Cap and his pawns. The inner sanctum, now we're talking to you. Safe from all the yahoos, yeah, they're out there on the loose. They're on the loose. Our call reporter, our talk radio host. Now we're sitting here talking to you. The inner sanctum, where we're safely ensconced, safe from all the yahoos, like Ball Cap and his pawns. Safely ensconced, safely ensconced, safely ensconced.
Yell it.
Because we are safely ensconced here in the inner sanctum, producer Bill and myself. And we have a great show coming up today, hopefully. You never know with the police chief when something may go down, but Mark Rusin is supposed to join us, the Syracuse police chief, young guy. He's got some really good ideas and has already implemented some, so we'll talk to him about that. And Dustin Czarny is going to join us too. He's a Democratic Elections Commissioner, and there are some primaries today, but the big primaries are next week, and we'll talk to him about that.
He's very busy this time of year.
Busy. Oh yeah, very busy. Now we do have a Yahoo of the week, and it's obvious. It's the jackass fighter at the event the other night at the White House for the president's birthday, and the guy that said Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? And he evidently did not get a rousing response. So,
did you see the comments from Dave Portnoy?
No,
the guy from Barstool.
No.
He's like, Trump should just come out and denounce it, be done with it,
and he didn't, and he won't.
Nope,
he won't.
Look, he goes, whatever you think of what happened on the White House lawn. Look, the card was great. I watched it.
The card was good. Yes, very good.
With UFC now available on Paramount Plus, I have that, so I watch UFC now, and the card was great.
Yep, it was
until that happened.
Right.
Yep,
and it was a huge win for him too. That guy that huge win for him.
And and I don't even care that the guys climbed over the cage and bowed in front of the president or whatever. They're going to do that. That's fine.
Right.
But that was uncalled for at the end, really.
Yep. Kind of ruined it.
Yep.
But
I mean, geez, you're at the White House lawn.
I can't wait to see what it looks like when they take all that stuff out.
He said he doesn't
just destroy it.
He says he doesn't want to. Take it down. He's good permanent. Oh, they got to take it down. Well, Dana White already said one and done. Done. $60 million it cost the UFC to put that on. He says he'll never do the
White House again
or the Sphere.
Oh, really?
Because the cost just costs too much. The cost is just too
really
much.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, he said one and done. That was it for that. He said it was going to be the most. I can't remember in history, but it wasn't. But it was a good event, and they did a good job with it. And the setup was cool.
The live music was cool.
Yeah, it was great. They did a very good job. But that's what they do. That's what the UFC does.
And that's now the same umbrella as WWE. That's why that all looks
right,
clean and polished. And
the interesting thing is, though, had it rained or had it.
Well, there was a slight delay.
Right. But I mean, I had it rain during when they were fighting. I mean, somebody could have blown a knee.
Oh, yeah.
Like Dana White said, I don't want a championship decided by like the elements because we fight indoors, so that shouldn't happen. But they got lucky and they didn't. But the fights were good. The one dude that was supposed to be the greatest fighter of all time lost. So
I know Ilya, whatever the guy.
And then John Jones came out and said, "What? Who?" So
and he's for many years has been in the conversation of
greatest fighter ever,
greatest fighter of all time.
Yes, absolutely. Too bad he was just so screwed up, in mental health wise and alcohol addiction wise and whatever else because he got in all those accidents and arrested and that and it ruined him. But he was a great fighter, no question about it.
Did you know Jalen Brunson went to school down the street from me?
Did not know that.
Literally down the street from me.
Did not know that.
And
why was his dad here?
I didn't get into anything more than what I saw.
Yeah.
That like his picture of his elementary school, which was Lakeshore Elementary, which is right over in Cicero here.
Yeah, didn't
know that. But it's another Yahoo of the week of the people that went a little overboard after the game.
Oh, in New York, yeah,
the burning the bus and
People are just so stupid.
Hey, we won. Let's burn everything down.
Burn everything down.
I remember when Syracuse won.
Well, they were kind of nuts up on the hill.
Yeah, they were. I went up there because we went and watched the game.
It was crazy.
We watched the game in the dome. And when that shot was blocked, people started coming over the top of us to go to the field. And I said, this is just going to be great leaving here because we were parked down by Marshall Street.
Oh, boy.
So we went the back way and parked down, and it was a mess down there.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was crazy. My son was at Villanova when Villanova won the championship on the last second shot. And there's a great view of the whole crowd. And you can't see the game. They're focused on the crowd. And the shot goes in, and the entire crowd, like there's thousands of people. It's a watch party at Villanova, and my son's in that crowd, and they go nuts when the shot goes in. It's great. It's just a great to see. But then they didn't go out and riot, and they didn't go out and burn buses and stuff. So
even though it was pretty, it was 4 games to 1.
Oh, it was exciting the entire time.
Every
the Knicks
game
came from
was
behind.
Great.
Yes.
Every game was great.
Yep.
Man, in the fourth quarter, Brunson, man, was like a laser focused.
Yeah.
Give him the ball. Out. Boom.
Incredible.
Yep.
Really incredible.
All of my favorite professional teams have won a championship in my lifetime now.
Have the Rangers won? No, I don't think the Rangers have won in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't it with Messier, right? They won with Messier.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, yeah, mine too.
Yep. Devils and the Braves did it the same year, 95. Giants did it, in the early 80s, mid 80s.
Yep.
And then the Knicks last week. So,
yeah.
Now we just need Syracuse football to win a national championship in my time, and then I got them all.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think you're going to see that, but maybe.
No, I don't think so.
Who knows? Hey, this new age, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're going to try to fix NIL coming up. I think eventually there's a super conference for all the super teams, and then there's everybody else. That's what I think is going to happen.
Money, and I see there's ghosts in
the machine.
I think Dick Vitale's version of paying players was nothing like this.
No.
When he was doing speaking tours,
right?
Colleges talking about how players should be compensated. Yep. It definitely wasn't, hey, I'm going to play here 1 year and go on a portal and get paid $7 million next year.
Definitely not. Now, a lot of these guys are coming out millionaires already.
Yep. They almost don't need to go to the pros anymore.
And if I'm like, I was thinking about this today, and I don't know why, because these things just pop into my head. But if I was like a top quarterback and I went to a team, right? First of all, I'd be saying, well, I'm not playing for you. If you're like 0-15 and because I'm getting drafted first, I'm not playing for you. But Eli Manning did that. He and Phillip Rivers switched teams. So it's happened before. But if I came out, right, and I'm like, I've made $1 million for 2 teams. Okay. That's a top quarterback. So I've got $2 million. Now I got to go through all this rookie hazing and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't think so. I won't be doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to sit out. I'll be sitting out.
Yeah, you wait and see. These guys, wow. I mean, the money now is just, in all sports, is just absurd. There's guys in the NBA now that are going to make $70 million a year.
And now Syracuse is crying poverty.
Yes. Yeah, the university itself. Yeah. Yes, right. Even though they have a $1 billion endowment, you can't, whatever. How their accounting works, I don't know, but they did lay off people. They did lay off a bunch of professors and stuff because they got rid of a bunch of programs, right?
Yeah, tons of programs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the quickest way to save money is to get rid of people, unfortunately, and that's the way that they have chosen to do it.
I wonder in these. I'd like to see some numbers of this day and age of people going into more more into the traits now. That was like. Back in the day, that was the big thing.
I don't think so. But, I mean, my son just went into the trades in Chicago. Okay. He got into the plumbers union, hated it, and left.
Wow.
Yeah, terrible. Said everyone was not nice. And they're all old, miserable dudes with broken bodies because they've been plumbers their whole life.
Yep.
So he's like, yeah, no, I'm out. So he left. So now he'll go back to the boats, I think, on the Chicago River. But he's going for another month-long walk in Spain. He did one already. They call it pilgrimage walk. He did one, and now this is a different one in a different area. So
you should have him come on and talk about those.
I will if he'll agree to it. He's kind of
quiet dude.
Shy. He's a quiet dude. Yeah, he is. but he's a world traveler. I mean, he's traveled more extensively than I have. So, and I've been to a lot of places, but boy, he's been all over the world. So
he wasn't military. He went
no. So he went to Villanova. So I think when AI takes over more and more and more jobs, yes, then I think you'll see people turn to the trades. But eventually, I don't know. They can do a lot of things with AI. I don't think you'd be an electrician, though, right? With AI, you can't do that.
I don't think so. I think
plumbing can't do that.
Yeah, things with your hands. I don't think.
But I'll tell you, you watch some of these robots in some of these factories, man. It's scary. It's really scary how they're doing exact things that humans do, except they don't ever stop, ever.
Can go all night, all day.
No light, no heat. Yep. No air conditioning, no nothing.
That's where it's. Hopefully we won't see that, but.
It's already doing. They're already doing it in China.
To where it's a part where it's really, where people are no longer in any kind of production line.
But they do have factories like that in China. No humans. They have 2 human beings for the whole building, and those are the maintenance guys. That's it. And the only maintenance they have to do is to make sure the building doesn't fall down.
It's like that movie Gung Ho. Remember that movie Gung Ho from the 80s with Batman? Michael Keaton.
Oh,
he was worked in a car manufacturing plant, and the Chinese people were going to take it over.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. He was funny. Dustin's here, so why don't we move to our first topic? And Dustin Czarny's here, the Democratic Elections Commissioner. How are you, Dustin?
I'm doing very well. And by the way, I grew up on Gung Ho. That was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
VHS of it. I watched it several times.
Awesome. Now, there are some primaries today, right?
That is right. Well, there's actually 2 different elections going on today. We have the North Syracuse Village election and also early voting for the June 23rd primary. We have the statewide, we have the comptroller race. And then locally, we have Assembly District 129 that's currently held by Bill Magnarelli. There's a primary challenge there, and then there's primary challenges for the city of Syracuse Common Councilor at Large, and also 3 different county ledge districts: County Ledge 8, County Ledge 15, and County Ledge 16.
And those are all today?
That's all. Well, the early voting's happening today.
Okay.
The primary day is next week, June 23rd. The North Syracuse Village election is happening today, and that will be.
I had already texted Dustin. Probably thought I was nuts. I'm like, well, I went to my polling place, which is normally at Gillette Road Middle School, and there was no signs up or anything. So I'm like, I don't think there's any voting here today because I knew there was. The mayor race was going on today, but it's at the community center in North Syracuse.
I want to know, Bill, when this happens, when they get a new mayor, we got to find out what's going on with all those vacant buildings on Route 11, that old Club 37, all that junk. So that's an important race, especially with Micron coming in. All these races, local races, are very important. So, any word yet, Dustin, on any kind of turnout?
Well, I mean, I know what's happened in early voting. So when you're comparing turnout, you really need to compare to similar elections. So I compare it to the June 2022 election, which was the governor's election. That was the governor's primary. And we're actually running about, 30-40% ahead on the day by days on early voting than what we did in 2022. That's quite surprising to me, considering that was a gubernatorial primary. And if you remember back in 2022, we had an August primary for the congressional races as well. And for the Democrats, we're running at just even with that primary. And that was a really high profile congressional primary. So obviously, it's going to be, we're going to have to wait until we, count the votes. We have no idea who's leading, anything like that. Right. People think, oh, well, you'll know who's ahead each night. No, we don't know. We have it segregated. We cannot even push the button until 8 o'clock on election night, and we can't broadcast it until 9 o'clock on election night. So we don't know who's ahead. But I think it's safe to say that right now it looks like the city is driving the turnout for this primary, right, which, of course, Assembly District 129 is 2/3 of the city, and Geddes and Van Buren. So the local races are driving this more than the state comptroller race at this point. But each day is different. And as campaigns talk to people, as people hear programs like this, they'll know that they can go out there and early vote. And if you're a Democrat in Onondaga County, you have choices today.
Yeah, and that's not always the case. And I'm glad to see that there is choices this time. And these elections are important. These are the people that affect you really directly. So I encourage everyone who's enrolled in a party to vote in a primary. So, once we get past this, then we get next week, we're done with that. And now you got to gear up for the midterms. How's that coming? I know you've started already.
Yeah. It's, when I got this job, everybody's like, oh, you only have to work 2 or 3 days a year. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that year, but we're always preparing for another election while we're running one or two others. We're getting ready for the general election now. And I got to tell you, I believe this general election, it's a midterm election. So it's always, it's kind of like the second highest turnout. Presidentials are the highest. But I think this is going to be a lot like 2018, or maybe even more, where 2018 was a midterm election that acted like a presidential. It was around 60%, 65% turnout here locally. And normally we get about 50% turnout for a midterm. And I'm preparing for the general election in November like it's a presidential, because I think it's going to be that busy.
Yeah, I agree, Bill. I mean, everyone's fired up this time,
Well, everybody's getting it's the national politics that's firing everybody up, and it in some ways that's bad, in some ways that's good, because it's going to get more people out to vote finally, because everybody's finally getting into it, and social media and all the stuff like that gets people into it. As much as everybody says social media, we wish it was gone. But it makes people more aware than ever before.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And in 2018, we didn't have early voting. We didn't have online voter registration. We didn't have the online portal for the absentees. There was a lot of things that we have now that we didn't have in 2018, the last time this kind of fervor hit the nation during a midterm. So it'll be easier than ever for people to decide to vote. And as you know, a lot of times people decide that last week, of the election. So we're going to have 10 early voting sites open. In general, we have 8 for the primary, and we're going to be staffed to be able to handle what I believe is going to be a pretty large flow of voters.
I agree. I do. All right. Good luck with this, Dustin. And we'll talk to you again, probably a little over a week from now to see the results.
All right. Well, give me one day result. But yes, no, we'll have the results on our website, onvote.net, starting at 9 p.m. on the 23rd. And on our socials tonight, we'll have the North Syracuse Village election results as well.
Wow. Cool. Very good. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Great. Wow. It's important, man. This is going to be, this even this primary for the 129th is big. I mean, between Bill Magnarelli and Mo Brown.
First time in, I don't think, has he ever been primary?
I don't think so.
Before. And that's a big area. That's the city.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's interesting. Because he's well known on the north side, but Mo is also well known in the city. So very good. It's a very, very interesting race, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out. But then the midterms come, and man, this just could be a whole complete governmental change right before our eyes. And, we'll see if that, in fact, does happen.
Lots of stuff coming down the pike. Algae. Did you see the algae now? The algae's back. Algae's back.
Did you see the meme with the pool and the creature of the Black Lagoon? I love that.
They do say, I just saw a guy on the news. He was a pool and expert geek guy, and he said, a lot of it, because they're blaming the pipes that were already in there. So they're blaming. He says some of that is, but it's also been rainy and ridiculous temperatures in Washington D.C., and that's what does.
It's going to grow like that. But the old pipes, which they have not fixed, that is a blame for a lot of it. So it's it just, the optics, once again, are just awful, but they don't care. They don't care.
Not one bit.
No. Hegseth will probably order people to report that it's blue and there's no algae in it. I mean, that's where we're going. I mean, that's the way we're headed for, a state-run media if we don't stop all this nonsense. I mean, they already own CBS and CNN now. So, I don't you can say it's not really the government, but it is. It's Larry Ellison and those guys, and they're all hooked in. So now they own CNN and CBS. So now where are you going to go for spot news? Because that's where I always went, CNN. Whenever something big happened, where are you going to go now?
They were the first, really.
Yes.
Back in the day, Wolf Blitzer and Bernard Shaw.
Yes,
those were the voices. I like to use Reuters and AP a lot for print news.
Oh, of course, sure. Maybe I'll start watching the BBC.
Yeah,
I do watch some of that.
The best documentary for the Oscars this year was a documentary called Mr. Nobody versus Putin, and it's a documentary about a liberal young teacher in Russia during the beginning stages of the war with Ukraine, and how Russia and the state media wants the schools to portray the war.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's also like the AV guy. So he had just, recorded all of this stuff. And then one day said, I should make the documentary. And then it gets more into the political thing of him getting out of Russia so he can give the film over to people for the documentary. And that won the best. And I'm about halfway through, and it's very scary.
Is he alive?
Very scary. Yes.
He is alive?
Yes. It's very scary how they, want these there's no, you make your own decision. We're making that decision for you.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. And that's what the administration has tried to do here for a lot of this stuff. I know. We'll see after this agreement is signed on Friday and they release it, if they ever release it to the public, to see exactly what it means. But I mean, there's rumors about we have to pay them $300 billion, and it's just, which would be, a worse deal than we already had in place. So,
Netanyahu's not happy.
No, and they may not pay attention to it anyway.
No,
they've got Hezbollah to worry about, and they may just keep going after Lebanon anyway. I don't think that they care what we think about it, because every time the president said stop doing this, Bibi, he'd say no, and then just do another one. So it's a mess right now, but hopefully things work themselves out.
I just need the gas to go down. So
it's starting to a little bit.
Yep,
a little bit. But we're all accustomed to seeing that $4 sign there, so it's never going to go back down there. We're all used to it now. I don't drive hardly at all anymore, so it doesn't affect me, but it affects Shalene. She drives every day still. It affects you, affects anybody who drives every day.
Got in the car last Friday to Lake George and back, and then went to Sylvan Beach and back, and it's part of my job, and it's in my what I charge, so it's not, but still,
still,
because I'm going in different places. If I'm going to like I said, if I'm going to the A Bay, I'm paying more. It's very strategic on where I fill up and all that stuff. There's in North Syracuse, the Liberty, where Liberty Pizza is, they're the cheapest,
right?
So I always, when I'm going down 31 there, or not 3111, I always get the Liberty Pizza. I call it the Liberty Pizza Gas.
Yep.
Which is good pizza too, if you're in this area.
Fantastic pizza.
It's gas station pizza, but it's good.
It's really not gas station pizza. It's really a pizza place that's in a gas station. It's incredible, I think. And I did the thing with Charlie Miller there, the pizza stop, and it's fantastic pie. No doubt.
All right. We got to talk about this.
Maternal Instinct.
This is the newest true crime documentary from Netflix. And they get, I don't know where they find these people. And I say this all the time.
Oh, it's the real people again.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And they're nuts. All from the way the one person, now this person here is the one that is the antagonist, we'll call her, I guess.
Okay.
So it's basically almost like a catfish type story where yes, it's that person, but the life that she lives is phony, is false, and she brings all these people into it. And we meet Wade. And this boy, now listen, I'm not putting anything against hard work. Dude's a pig farmer, and he doesn't got a lot of sense in his head. Because you could see this coming from a mile away. Because, I love the way they tell these stories because they don't give you there's always a twist at the end.
Right.
And you could see this one come a mile away.
Okay.
But old boy here, I don't know what he was thinking. So it gets bad. I mean, this to the point where this girl is his girlfriend, and she becomes pregnant, quotes around pregnant, and it's just a whole cat and mouse game the whole time.
She's really not pregnant?
She's really not pregnant.
Did he feed anybody to those pigs?
No. So he's like, he's just
a dupe?
He's just dumb.
Okay.
This is, and I commented on somebody's, he's like first chair Mount Rushmore dumb. And I don't think I just think it's, the upbringing, and it's just country boy. I'm a pig farmer. I'm a labor.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't pay attention to anything else. And this girl had him on a,
oh boy,
money, not being who she said and then there's forks in the road where there's a side story and there's these other people that come in, but then at the end it all connects.
Wow.
And at the end of the movie, at the end of the thing, you're just like, your mouth's wide open because you're like, first of all, why are any of these people wanting to say they had anything to do with this?
Right.
Because it's not.
They must pay them.
Oh, it has to be. Yeah. That has to be a considerable sum of money.
Yeah.
Because you're not going on, national, global television saying, "Look at me, I'm an idiot."
Right.
Without, if there was some millions involved, I'd figure out something too. But watch it.
All right.
It's a ride, man. It's a ride.
We are watching something. I forgot. We're watching Clarkson's Farm.
I haven't seen that.
The British guy. This is the 5th season, I think. 3rd. I can't remember which season it is.
Reality
3rd season. Yeah. So he's the guy that did Top Gear for BBC.
Oh yeah. The original.
The older guy. Yes. So he bought a farm, and he's farming it, and he's an idiot, and he doesn't know anything about farming, but he's hilarious. And he's got a farm hand who knows how to do everything, who's equally funny as he is. And they do make it a success. I mean, he paid £1 million for this farm. It's now valued at 12 million.
Wow.
And he does so many things wrong, but
that's
it
what
works
makes
out
the show,
right.
yeah.
It does make the show. So this guy is the guy that started a choir of farmers and their families in that area, and they won Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they just won Britain's Got Talent. And that was like another £1 million. But I guess it's a success, but it's hilarious. It's to watch. It's hilarious. And he's really, really funny. And I would highly recommend that one. I think it's Clarkson's Farm.
What's it on?
I don't even know.
I think that's something that
one of them.
Probably Brandy
should probably like it. I mean, I'm telling you, he went into this, seriously. He wanted to do a farm. He wanted to have a farm, but he also did it for TV, for a show. So it's like a pull, like a tug of war between the two. And it's fascinating. It really is. And the whole thing about what we're in right now is Britain is trying to tax farmers. Ooh. And like tax them to death. And they're beginning to fight that. I mean, seriously fight it.
Is that because of the tariffs?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's because Britain's in bad shape financially, probably. So I don't know. That's interesting. Was that you? I don't think that was me.
Oh, I got the text from Ari. She's trying to hook up her summertime now. Today was her last day of school.
Oh, okay.
They're done.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
She pulled it. She pulled it off. She passed everything.
Oh, she did? Good.
Went down to the last second. She had some problems in her Spanish final.
Right.
Where she had gotten 1/10 of a point under.
Yeah.
But they let her retake it Monday, and she passed it, and
Excellent.
she's good to go now.
Excellent.
So that was her. She can't get the Oculus connected because we have new Wi-Fi.
Oh,
because set some other stuff up here and it changed the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, okay.
So she's getting a little, she's getting anxious. So, do you know what time loop movies are?
Yes.
I love time loop movies. Time Crimes is a good one. There's a lot of The River is a great Japanese time loop, comedy time loop. But there's a new movie
explain what time loop.
So
is.
it's like Groundhog's Day. That's the prime example of a time loop movie where something just keeps happening. Right. Groundhog's Day was the comedy.
Yeah.
So there's a movie, and I always look up stuff, time loop stuff. There's a movie that came out in 2018 called Happy Death Day. And it's billed as a dark comedy horror slasher. Okay.
Yep.
So I watched it today. I haven't had that much fun watching a movie of just, let it go and watch the movie. Don't critique anything. It was so much fun. So there's a girl and there's somebody coming after her to kill her. Every time she gets killed, it starts over at the beginning.
Oh, no kidding.
And so they are now going through and she has to put everybody else in the loop or whoever she wants in the loop to kind of tell her what's going on. And she has to figure out how she's getting killed so she can get out of the day.
Interesting.
And
anybody in it?
Not really. It's a newer. I think
sometimes those are good.
Yeah. There wasn't. I don't even think there was like a cameo of somebody that would be a huge movie star.
Right.
But it was I think maybe Shudder or something picked up the movie. But the end of it, the twist at the end was great, and there was tons of comedy in it. But it wasn't like the Naked Gun horror, goofy comedy. It was just like, because she keeps going around and around, she's making fun of stuff now, and it's funny. And the whole thing, it's just like Groundhog's Day, where Bill Murray was an asshole. And that was the whole thing. They were trying to get him out of that. Well, she's the same way. She's not a very nice person. But as she keeps going through, she starts to learn why stuff is happening. It's very good. Happy Death Day.
So there was also one with Tom Cruise in it, right? Where he keeps getting killed and it's like in a war. He's in a battle.
Oh, is that Edge of Tomorrow?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Yep. He kept coming back. He kept coming back and coming back.
I haven't seen that. I got to look at it. See, I like that. There was another one I watched not too long ago where they were trying to the people in the movie were trying to figure out this robbery thing. And there was a room, and when they were in this room, it would be the time warp. And the time loop was great. And then it comes to find out it was them pitting each other against each other. It was good. I'll find it and let you know it was a good one.
What time are we due for the police chief?
4:15.
Oh, okay.
Should be here any minute.
All right. Things are starting to warm up in the city, unfortunately, and there's a lot of shots fired, and people getting shot in the legs, and a couple murders, and it's not good.
Now, I go to the city a lot. I've never had any issues. I know where to go. There's places in the city that are, aren't as favorable as others, but I shouldn't ever be afraid to go downtown.
No.
And another thing too, and I know people in this area, they do not buy into this, but it's okay to pay for parking.
Yes, it is.
People's like, there's never anywhere to park. There's a garage or a lot on every corner downtown.
Yeah.
And it's not that much.
No.
$10, $15. Go to New York City. Go to Chicago. Go to a baseball game at Fenway Park and tell me how much you pay.
Right.
I went to a WrestleMania, and this is 10 years ago. I paid $100 to park. $10, $15 these days, you don't have to worry about your car getting towed, anything happening to your car.
Right.
There's plenty of parking downtown.
Yes, there is.
You just got to use it.
And people also believe that there's no parking because I can't park right in front of the building that I'm going into. It's like park 2 blocks away, dude. I mean, again, in New York City, walking 30 or 40 blocks is no big deal. We can't walk 2 blocks here.
Same thing in Toronto. There's no parking in Toronto. You got to find lots and take the subway around.
Right. Well, they have mass transit, so that's
Yes.
nice. And then last time I was there a million years ago. It was really good system. I don't know what it's like now.
Oh, it's still, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, people just, well, there's no parking, and you drive around a couple times and then just, pull into a garage, pull into a lot, whatever. I don't have any problem, but I always go early, so I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I don't go
finding
out
parking.
late anymore to
No.
downtown.
No, nowhere. I don't go out late anywhere. Nothing good happens after midnight.
Not anymore.
No, I agree with that, especially in the Army Square area or anything like that. You don't want to be down there after midnight. Ridiculous.
Have you ever been down by the lake area in Lake George?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous down there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
They've got all there's shops and bars, and
Yeah.
it's called the Beach Road is the road there where Fort William Henry is.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, we went there one summer for a week.
Yeah, that's where we did a thing for the great people, the Fort, the Lake George Fire Department. Such great people. And that was the stage was facing. It was almost right across the street from where the fort is.
Oh.
And they had a bunch of food trucks, and then the bars and the shops are open. And then they did a big parade. It was their 130th convention.
No kidding.
Firefighter convention in that area.
Oh, that's awesome.
They had awards and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. There was a band that couldn't do it last minute, and we came open, so we went out and did it. Wow. It was cool.
Okay.
But if you have a chance to get out, if you've never been down to that Lake George area,
yeah.
I want to go down when I'm not working. So it's nice
fantastic.
area.
Loved it. We love Placid. We love Lake George. We've been to Placid, I think, 3 or 4 times. And stayed there.
I've been there once. I'd like to go back now.
Love it.
And do the Olympic tour and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a great place. Great place to just hang out. There's a lot of stuff that you can drive around to see too. A lot of places not far from each other up there. It's great.
I'd like to go back to Montreal too.
Yeah, I've never been to Montreal.
Old town Montreal, stuff like that. It's beautiful down there. It's been a long time for me.
I flew out of their airport once. That's it.
I do a lot of Niagara Falls, Toronto. I'd rather go there. It's actually cheaper to go see shows there than it is, the big, New York, Philly, just because of the hotels and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's always
now. What's the hassle going across the border? Is it?
Not, I've never really. You just show I have enhanced driver's license, and then if Aria's with me, her birth certificate, and I've never had I don't have a record, so they'd let me right through. Canada, they're like, yeah, go ahead. Have fun. Spend your money.
Now, what's it like coming back in?
It's a pause. They'll look up your stuff. And one time, though, you guys are from the States. There's a great diner. I swear to God, coming over real early in the morning on the border. It's a diner about 2 exits over. Okay. Guys looking to eat?
We're always looking to eat, brother. Yep.
I think that might have been the time we went to that. We were talking last week with Anthony, that little diner in Steel Street Diner in Buffalo. I think that was where we were going anyways. But
and that's where you saw him, right?
Yeah. There's Lewiston's a good place to go to, the art park.
Yes.
On the other way of getting into Canada, that area to watch those shows. If you go see a big show, you can either get like a general admission standing right in front of the stage, or there's these GA that are like back on the hills and you're like overlooking everything.
Wow.
And the shows are they're not like the huge shows. So you're not paying $1 billion to see a show there. Right. I saw Sammy Hagar, I don't know, a bunch of years ago with his band, The Circle, before he did the Van Halen stuff he's doing now. And that's, it was still Michael Anthony from Van Halen's toured with him. Jason Bonham, John Bonham's son, and then Vic Johnson, his guitar player. Actually, the show we saw in Lewiston the night before, Vic Johnson broke his leg, so he was sitting playing.
No kidding. Jeez.
And he has to play all that Van Halen stuff.
What do you mean what Hagar's doing with Van Halen now? He's doing stuff now?
Well, he's doing a tour now. It's called Best of Both Worlds, that he's touring. He's doing a lot of the Van Halen era material.
Oh, okay.
Stuff he hasn't done his era, but stuff he hasn't done in a while. And he had Kenny Arnott on drums, Michael Anthony on bass, Joe Satriani on guitar.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was killer. Because who's playing that Eddie Van Halen stuff?
Right.
You got to get Joe Satriani to play the Eddie Van Halen stuff. And it was funny. they announced the tour, and then like the next day they were on the Today Show or something, and they hadn't rehearsed together yet. So they're playing these Van Halen songs, and Joe Satriani's doing them off the cuff because they hadn't rehearsed together yet.
Well, it shows
Mean
you,
Streets. I think one of them was Mean Streets, which was like a killer guitar lick.
That shows you how talented those guys are.
And that Van Halen stuff was really a lot of that guitar. Well, he has his own style of guitar. Eddie has, people play the Eddie Van Halen style of guitar.
Right.
So you need people like Joe Satriani to do that. And it was great. I saw that tour at Saratoga at SPAC.
Now, I just saw some prices for tickets at the AMP. And while they weren't too bad, I didn't know that such things as like VIP meet and greet packages exist. Like I think for one of the country acts, is Tim McGraw coming here? Yeah, it was like $1,600 for the VIP package.
So you got, sometimes there's a meet and greet, sometimes there's a VIP, then there's official platinum, which are just good seats that they inflate the price of.
Right.
That's basically what it is.
Right.
But for the longest time, before COVID, the meet and greet thing was huge, but now you don't see as many of the meet and greet with the higher level people.
Right, sure.
There's a high level VIP that gets you, good seats and merchandise. Maybe they have like a tour of the backstage area or something, but you don't actually do the meet and greet. So that's the way that's Live Nation / Ticketmaster making more money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of these, and I don't know how these contracts go, but Live Nation pays Dave Matthews Band X amount of dollars. And Live Nation has to recoup that with ticket sales.
Oh, okay. That's how that works?
Yeah.
When you're at that level?
Yeah. Ticket sales, merchandise sales, food, concessions.
So regardless of how many tickets they sell or whatever, the band gets X amount of money.
Right. So
period.
So if they sell, I'm sure there's a bonus. If they sell a certain amount of tickets over, they get a percentage of whatever's sold over.
Right.
Dave sells out all the time.
Yeah.
So we don't got to worry about it.
No.
And I know Live Nation takes a lot of percentage of parking.
Really?
And the concessions, because that they basically go to the county and say, we're going to give you X amount of dollars to use this venue, and then that's how the money's split up.
So the county doesn't get like concessions.
Yeah, they do, but parts of it, not the whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
Parking,
Right. Sure.
And I even think it may be even down to sponsorships too. If sponsors come in, they, even if the county gets the spot or the venue itself gets the sponsorship, X amount of dollars has to go to Live Nation. But that's just how the entertainment business works.
Right.
And that's why those Live Nation sheds, those are the only shows that come in there. That's why CMAC is a lot different. You'll see a lot of different shows there because it's not a Live Nation shed.
Oh, okay. I wondered that. I wondered why they get different acts.
That's not, they're not, I don't think they're,
okay,
beholden by.
What is SPAC?
I think that's a Live Nation's shed.
Probably.
But they do a lot of stuff because they have the arts.
Right.
They have the orchestra and the ballet and stuff like that too. So
I love CMAC, frankly. I mean,
that's one of my favorites.
It's great.
Yep.
But I love our amphitheater too. The Lakeview's beautiful, or whatever it's called now. It's beautiful. Great.
If I wasn't working, Thursday would be the first show I would want to go to, and that's Mumford & Sons. That's the first one I'd want to go to.
Most of these shows have openers too, and the openers are usually good. I mean,
I just saw, so Tim McGraw's on tour. He's coming here. Bigger places like Fenway Park, Hershey Park Stadium. The Chicks are opening up for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Love the Chicks. I have a signed CD by Chicks. Love them. Oh, boy.
I think it's the big album, Wide Open Spaces. It's an anniversary this year.
Yes. Yep. I think you're right. And I like Tim McGraw, too. I think it's a great entertainer.
No frills kind of show. There's always, it's his band on the stage, great musicians, but there's no big, huge, production. It's all about the music. And I love that. I love that.
Yes. I do too.
I'm going to check in and see if we got an email, because you said something going on. Maybe.
Yeah, well, there could be. And with the chief of police, you never know. It was interesting because it used to be that really high profile police cases, the DA would show up, the mayor would show up,
Just like
Alexander used to love that. Mayor
just like the
Alexander.
TV shows.
Yeah, they used to come, especially if it was a fatal or as a murder or something like that. A standoff. Sometimes the mayor would come to a standoff to try to talk to the person or whatever. I don't think they do that much anymore, but I don't know. I don't cover that stuff anymore, but they used to, especially if it was murder. At least an ADA would come, but it was usually the DA, unless he wasn't available. Then they had a special homicide ADA.
Do you watch On Patrol Live at all?
Yeah, once in a while.
I love it. They had a mass shooting on it last week.
Really?
It was a big festival going on. It was a mass shooting, and the majority of the episode was them going back because there was a lot of cases that went off of that too. It was very interesting to watch it in real time.
Yeah,
because it happened just before they went on the air, and they kept with it.
Wow,
as much as they could. They even said, that this is a different.
Yeah,
this isn't pulling somebody over and having a camera in the thing.
You don't want to mess up the crime scene. You don't want to mess anything up.
But they've done a really good job with some of those officers being like their personalities now.
Yeah,
like the chief of Haven Police in Haven, Arkansas. He's just this podunk chief dude, and he'll come on and be one of the guest hosts for the week, and he's just the knowledge, of how he'll see on the screen, and then just break it down. Because all the guys on the three guys they have on the panel are all former high-ranking police people, law enforcement officials, and then there's the one guy from news.
Yeah, Dan,
and he's just the host, and
but he was a
court reporter.
Yeah, but I think he was a clerk for one of the Supreme Court guys. He's up there, and he's a legal analyst for NBC and for all the networks.
He was big during the Michael Jackson trial.
Yes, he was. Yep.
He had black hair then.
Yeah, I like the show. Sometimes it just drags. That's all.
That's another one if you have a chance to watch on Netflix. It's Michael Jackson, the verdict.
Yeah, I heard that broke records and stuff.
Yeah, it really makes you think about exactly what he did, because I think he did a lot of what he was accused of.
Ready to bring up our guest?
Yeah,
absolutely. This is great. We are very happy and honored to have as a guest here on the pod the police chief from the city of Syracuse, Mark Rusin. How are you, Chief?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, hey, thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. I know that, Chief, the department is shorthanded, and that has led to some overtime issues over the years. I mean, over the decades, really. But I understand that you've implemented some new scheduling that kind of takes care of some things.
Yeah, we worked with the union, negotiated a new schedule. So there used to be what we call the 4-2 schedule, 4 days on, 2 days off. Now we're under a 4-3, 4-4. The old schedule used to be 8-hour shifts. Now we're to 10-hour shifts. Gives the officers, more time off in terms of consecutive days, but they're actually working the same amount of hours for the year. It's like 6 less hours per year. And it's really helped with a lot of things, operational components where we have an overlap that helps us deploy some resources. It has helped with some overtime issues, but overtime is something that the police department needs. You have critical incidents, you have minimum staffing, you have festivals, parks and pools, Armory Square, list goes on. And the line officers just don't have the ability to handle that volume of people. And you need a supplemental police force, if you will, or supplemental police officers for those timeframes.
Let's talk about the summertime now, because it's warming up. And when that happens, people get outside, and sometimes tempers flare and shots are fired and people are hurt and killed. We've seen a little bit of an increase so far, but it doesn't seem that bad yet. Are you anticipating more coming?
And the weather is very influential on crime. To your point, people come out. There will be more problems when people are out. But I think we've really consolidated within the police department to do some really good work on our investigations, on our patrol operations, but then also our partnerships. The Mayor Walsh brought under Lateef. Mayor Owens kept Lateef on. He's in the mayor's office to reduce gun violence. And part of that was consolidating and coordinating with all of these outreach partners. There's a lot of times that they can interrupt issues that could come up, and you don't need police intervention. And I think that's been a really big component to the work that we're doing, the work we do with the school district and some of our faith-based organizations. The better those organizations are with relationship to the police department, it's just going to make things much easier for you.
How would you characterize the relationship right now, Chief, between the public and the police department?
You never want to overestimate it, but I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. I have super strong deputy chiefs. I have incredible commanders and the officers. I watch body-worn camera videos all the time, and I see the professionalism, and it goes a long way. And I hear on a regular basis, I think I went to 6 or 7 events over the weekend, and a lot of the messaging back to me was things are going really well. Appreciate the way SPD's handling things. Appreciate the professionalism, the respect. So I think that the relationship is going well, but it's something that needs to be nurtured all the time. You cannot put it aside for 1 minute. Every day you have to be working to build a new bridge or repair one that maybe has crumbled over the years. I have a community meeting tonight. This is something that I do on 2-3 times a week.
Very important. Absolutely very important. Now let's talk about your move. How'd the move go from downtown to out where you are now?
It was a lot of work. I give a lot of credit to Rich Trudell, Colin Hillman, Jim Milana. There's a lot of folks that I can name specifically that made this work. Hubert Brewer was a great partner. Ashley Anderson over at McKnight Architecture. They really accommodated our needs. I don't know. I never had been through a move like this. You think about moving your house and then multiply it by 300 family units. It was a lot, and it was handled in a way that it didn't disrupt majorly for the community, the police operations. But it's a big move. The building's great. We have great staff that works here, a lot of support staff, the custodians, the maintenance workers. They do a lot of work. Soon we will be moving over Patrol East, which is out on Erie Boulevard. We'll be moving that over to this building. I think bringing the patrol element into this building is going to be something that has been needed for years and years and years. For the whole 20 years that I've been at SPD, there has been conversations that we're going to find a place for the police department to live all under one roof. And it finally came to fruition.
Yeah, I can remember those conversations. It was talked about over and over and over again, for sure.
Chief, 20 years ago when you started this journey, did you think you'd be where you're at today?
I don't know. There was somebody I went to the academy with just said, when I first met you, you had said you wanted to be the chief of police, and maybe I said that 20 years ago, being young, hungry guy. So I don't know. Maybe at times I had thought that over my career. You go in different directions. When I first came on, I wanted to be a canine officer. And then I saw some of the talented investigators that we had that were doing long-term investigations and interrogations. And so I transitioned. All I wanted to do was long-term interrogations. And, as your career evolves, new doors open, worked into legal affairs. And that was a huge passion of mine for years and years and years. So maybe there was times in my career that I had thought about it, but never was on a sticky note hanging on my mirror saying, this is what we're working towards. But I'm happy it's here. I'm incredibly thankful to Mayor Owens for giving me this opportunity. I've learned a lot in the last 6 months, but there's a lot of great people that want to be in good relations with the police department. And so I really enjoy that aspect of the job.
How difficult is it now to, if somebody listening wants to become a Syracuse police officer? What do
they have to go through?
Yeah.
One of the challenges that we face is that right now we're only testing twice a year. So you test on a Saturday in the fall, you test on a Saturday in the spring. And that's a challenge that we need to work through. In terms of the difficulty, you need to be honest. And that's a challenge. When I walk in and I talk to the potential new hires, we explain to them, we're going to have some of the best investigators looking under every rock in your life. And everybody, I don't care, you two gentlemen, you have skeletons in your closet you wouldn't want to disclose to another person. That's part of growing up. That's part of learning. That's part of what we look for is people that are honest, that have integrity. And people talk about integrity in different ways. Do the right thing when nobody's looking. I need you to do the right thing when your potential job is on the line. I need you to be upfront about those things. And most of the things that people get failed out for not telling the truth, either they lie by omission or they lie by commission, it wouldn't have disqualified them. But it's very difficult to talk about the embarrassing things when you were in college, when you were in high school, for your first career, the things that you screwed up. But I remind them of the things that I have screwed up. Nobody's immune to making mistakes. And that is the biggest challenge. It is very difficult to get a job and be 100% honest.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. I always, when people say it's hard to become a police officer, you always think about the physical attributes of that. But
it's not like going into a grocery store and filling out an application.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. And we fact check, and the biggest reason, and what I explained to the potential new hires is there will be a day. Let me back up. Policing happens so fast. And you will learn from a mistake that you made. It was an honest mistake, but it was a mistake nonetheless. But you made a decision in the moment based upon the facts that you have. And you're going to be called out sometime by a defense counselor, by your supervisor, by the chain of command in court. And you can't lie there. You've got to sit there and you've got to look your peers, the jury in the eye. And if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. And that is very, very difficult. Name another profession where somebody has to be judged from that perspective. And you have to sit there with steel will and say, this was a decision I made at the time. With the benefit of hindsight, I could have done it differently, but this was the decision that was right in the moment with the facts that I have.
Man.
Not many jobs like that.
Nope.
No, not at all. And not many people can handle it either. And really, if you looked into my closet, I got a cemetery full of skeletons in there, dude. So that's not happening.
When I'm always watching, we were just talking about in the last segment, I watch On Patrol live on television. Whenever I watch that, I go, I'm so glad there's some people in this world that will do that.
Yeah.
Because I could never do that.
No way. Oh,
Yeah, I appreciate
just walking up on a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's just these days, today,
Yeah.
in 2026. You don't just, it could happen at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had an incident down on Tyler Court a couple of weeks ago and did a press conference after the fact. And, we talk chiefs of police, you will hear about acts of valor and bravery and commitment and dedication. And some of the things that happened in that incident highlight what specifically we're saying. Those aren't just words to us. That is, when you watch these videos, you see what the men and women do day in and day out. Think about some of the experiences you've had with other customer service where you go into a business. If you talk the way that sometimes these officers are talked to, they would just kick you out.
Yeah.
But they stand there and they're professional and they handle it, and then they go to the next call and they do it all over again. So when we talk about professionalism or dedication, those are the specific things that we're talking about. But there is a lot of community support as well too. The community, when I talk to them, they want to see police officers there. They want the walking beats. That comes up all the time. I want to know the cop who works in my community, and that's what you really strive for. But the men and women here they just do remarkable work day in and day out, and it goes unnoticed.
Yeah, we Bill and I feel the same way.
Oh,
about
100%.
that. No question about it. Chief, thank you so much for this this interview. I know that you're busy, of course, like everyone else, and we really appreciate you giving us your time, and hopefully you'll come back again.
Anytime. Thanks so much for the invite.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Chief.
Great.
Unbelievable.
Can't get better than that.
Nope.
Now, the interesting thing, I haven't heard, like I have in the past, I haven't heard like a lot of negative comments about the Syracuse Police Department.
No, I think the one thing that gets the most negative comments, and I think they're not focused in the right place, is the overtime.
Right.
It's not that
Right,
officer's fault.
No.
If you had the opportunity to do that, they are short-handed.
Oh
folks.
yeah, way shorthanded.
Somebody's got to be there.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be there.
No, I
And-
don't ever fault anybody for doing
Nope.
overtime. I mean, you get paid for the work that you do, and this is dangerous work. You can get killed stepping out of your car. You don't know.
Yep.
Walking up on a car for a speeding ticket. There might be somebody in there with a gun. You don't know.
They
Especially
always
nowadays.
and they happen more and more often because like I said, on the live PD, they show other municipalities too. And a guy walks up to the car and boom,
Boom.
right as soon as he walks up to him.
Terrible.
I know. I give it to him. I give it up for everybody
Oh,
that's ever
man.
served in the military and that's ever served in the fire, police, any kind of first
Absolutely.
responder. Because I had an incident once where I had my AFib gone, and the EMTs came, and they probably thought I was nuts because I asked them every 6 seconds if I was going to die. And they were the nicest people you could ever imagine.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, they have to be level. See, I never thought about it like that until you asked them that question, because people always think about the physical aspects of it. But that's true. I mean, you can't. You gotta be honest all the time.
I look over at my wife when I'm watching that program. I said, if this was me, the gun would be out and he'd be dead. That's it. Just give me your license. That's it. That's all I want. Just want your license. I'm not asking for that anything else.
Oh man,
there's a guy on from Pinal County. He has a TikTok too, and I can't remember. Frank, I think his first name is Frank, but Pinal County in Arizona. He's a highway, pulls people over, man, and he's right by the book. You know, he's not rude. He just get to it. He's not mad at you. You're speeding. Slow down. Here's your ticket. I don't want to hear it. Give me your license. Let's go. I'm next.
Next, that's right. That's probably the way I was.
You're going 100. You're going 100 miles an hour. There's nothing I can do for you. You're getting in trouble today.
It's not my fault. Oh, that was a good one. That was very good. I like him a lot. So we'll have him again.
Our friend Martin from Florida.
Yeah, Martin's been checking in,
chiming in.
He likes the theme song.
He does. We all do. And we're just talking about it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna figure out how we can put that on streaming, Spotify, Apple Music, so you can.
So I did run into Anthony Tringali, right? I went to Shalina and I went to Harvey's, and he was having his thing there that night. But we were there earlier. That wasn't even starting until like 9, I think. And I was probably in bed by 9. But he hooked me up for this.
That's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, hooked me up.
And I'll
such a nice dude.
I'll re-air the Anthony Tringali interview, so you can. That's coming up. That's Eat Local Fest at the Inner Harbor this weekend.
And he's got places that you'd have to go way out of town to get to coming in, especially from Rochester, Utica, places like that. Some pretty famous restaurants coming in that you're going to want to try. And
have you ever had a Brooklyn Chopped?
No.
Okay. So Sammy's is now one of my favorite places to eat. It's in North Syracuse. It's next to it's across from the Ling Ling Chinese buffet.
So Charlie did the chopped sandwich.
Chopped cheese.
Okay.
Now there's a Brooklyn chop. So what they do is you pick your meat, if it's roast beef, turkey, ham, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked roast beef. It's roast beef. Your lettuce, tomato, onions, tomatoes, everything that you would find on a sub with the mayonnaise, and they chop it all up. They chop it. Yeah, I know you don't like mayonnaise, but they chop it all up, and they fill the sub sandwich with that chopped gooiness.
Yep.
And the cheese and everything's chopped up.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that flavor every bite. It's awesome. And then you can have, I don't know if you're familiar with the Permanti Brothers sandwich in Pittsburgh. You can get the fries included right in the sandwich.
Really?
You can put the chips right inside the Brooklyn Chopped.
Okay.
It was wonderful.
Wow. That does sound good. I watched the guy make one the other night, and he did one with chopping the cheese up and one with not chopping the cheese up, just leaving it. I like it with the cheese chopped up.
You don't do mayonnaise though.
No.
So that would
no mayonnaise. There's no mayonnaise.
Yeah, but the whole point of the mayonnaise is to bind everything together so it's not falling all over the place.
The cheese will bind it all together.
Listen, yeah, but it's not melted. Well, so it's not like it's cold. This is a cold. This is the Brooklyn. See, you wouldn't like. You'd like the chopped cheese, regular burger.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yes,
that's what I want. I didn't know it was cold.
Yeah, the Brooklyn chop is like a sub, but
cold. All right.
It's like it's almost like it's like a salad looking mixture in the bread, and they use like top-notch bread at Sammy's in North Syracuse.
I've heard that. I've heard it's really good.
They're so good that one night I went later. Around 8 o'clock, because it's open a little later, and they were on almost an hour wait. Very good.
Okay.
35, 40 minutes, I think it was. And then they do a lot of the, the DoorDash and stuff too. So, but that's good. We need that. We need places like that in here.
Holy cow.
I always try to go to Spira's and Sammy's and the local places first.
All right. This was a good one. This was a very, very good one. And we appreciate Dustin Czarny coming on and talking about the primaries and the chief of police for the city of Syracuse. joining us as well, and that was a great interview. He's great. So we appreciate you very much. Subscribe, do all this stuff you're supposed to do, buy merch.
JimReithUnleashed.com takes you to all of our links. You can go to. We do have the video if you really love the song. The video is on YouTube, and it's part of our links on that JimReithUnleashed.com.
We got to get Inner Sanctum swag.
Yeah, we're going to start.
We definitely want to do that. All right, take care of yourselves, okay? And God willing, we'll all back at it next time on the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.